What is going on, good people of YouTube? I'm ImJslay. Thank you so much for joining me, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're playing some Madden 21, but before we get into it, if you enjoy the content, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. If you missed our previous video, I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you to go check it out. You don't want to miss it. I have found the best coin making method thus far in Madden 21. Be sure to go check it out if you want to make tons and tons of coins. So for today's video, I'm going to be discussing one of the best dual theme teams in Madden 21 at this point in the Ultimate Team lifecycle. This feels like the 27th iteration that I have done of my team, but that's one of the funnest things of Ultimate Team is building your team and changing that team and getting new players, right? As the game evolves, some of the players that you use in the past on previous iterations of theme teams, they're not really going to be usable, and you want to find those players and those cards that are usable, and then you're going to want to maximize them by utilizing a dual theme team, right? That's what we are doing, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. Here's a little sneak preview of the dual theme team, right? Our top three looks pretty freaking sick. Darrelle Revis, Isaiah Simmons, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Listen, if I went into a game and I saw my guys' top three as three guys from the secondary, I'd be a little shook. I mean, I'd be wondering who he's got on offense and thinking that maybe I could lock him down, but I'd be thinking that my offense is in for it, man. It really is. Now, then you go to play me and you realize I don't have a clue what I'm doing. You're probably going to beat me. That's not all true, right? I'm not all terrible at the game. I have my moments where I'm pretty bad, but I got my moments where I'm pretty good too. But that's not what this video is about, man. We're going to get into this team, right? It is a dual Chiefs and is a dual Cardinals. Why am I sitting here beating around the bush? You've already seen the thumbnail. You know what we're talking about. Dual Chiefs, dual Cardinals theme team. And I like it a lot, right? It's got some holes, it's got some gaps, it's got some players that we had to fill in using other players, but nonetheless, that's what the beauty of a theme team is, right? Now, let's start with the offense. We're going to show you the offense, the defense, special teams, who we've got at the specialist. We're going to show you all the chemistries. We're going to show you everything, the abilities. Going to go through it all, right? So sit back, grab a nice cold beverage, get you some popcorn, sit back and enjoy the video, right? Offensive line. So we've got Chris Samuels at left tackle, Justin Pugh at left guard, Alex Mack at center, Larry Allen at right guard, and Orlando Brown at right tackle. So just real quick, we only have one Cardinal, no Chiefs, right? Justin Pugh, we picked him up from the Zero Chill promo. Haven't had a lot of time with him thus far. However, one of the better left guards when you just look at sheer attributes, right? And then when you consider you got him on a theme team, it's going to be even better, right? Chris Samuels playing really well for me so far. We'll get into the abilities here in a minute. Alex Mack, one of the better run blocking centers in the game. Larry Allen has an upgrade. I do not have him fully powered up and fully upgraded. He is a holdover from our 49ers theme team. I figured I'd keep him as opposed to selling him and then buying Will Shields. It just didn't make a lot of sense, right? Considering we do have 25 Chiefs already. So I kept Larry Allen. This dude has been phenomenal. And once I'm able to power him up, I mean, literally best right guard in the game, right? And then we still have Orlando Brown, right tackle. This dude's been a holdover. He's been on the team since day one. A holdover from when we had our Ravens theme team, right? Coincidentally, or ironically enough, rather, we did not have this guy on when we had our Ravens theme team, but at the tight end, we are using Darren Waller. Got Travis Kelce as the backup, and then Max Williams. These are really just for chemistry purposes. Kelce would be a fine, usable tight end if he was a little faster. Nonetheless, Darren Waller does fit that bill for us. He is our tight end. Quarterback, no change here from the previous iterations of our theme team. Josh Allen. We've also got Patrick Mahomes backing him up. Who knows? Maybe he gets into the lineup. He does have that improviser chemistry. Now, if you have seen, there's going to be an update coming soon, and I'm going to be going through some of that update, specifically talking about the abilities, and they're adjusting the ability points, right? So, Gunslinger is going to be a little bit higher of an ability on a strong arm quarterback. It sucks, right? It's going to go from 1 ability point to 2 ability points. So we're going to have to sacrifice in some other areas. Does that mean that your improviser archetype or your scrambler archetype or field general is better? Well, I don't know. We'll have to take a look and see. But the guy that I really need is Rich Gannon. I don't have the coins. As you can see, I'm up to 200K. Now, that's 100K more expensive than what we were yesterday. That coin making method made us a good bit of coins, right? So that method works. But nonetheless, I don't have enough to get Rich Gannon. But Rich Gannon, he has Chiefs chemistry, and I would love to put that on him and use him as my quarterback number 1 because I think he's the best quarterback in the game. Needless to say, I don't have the coin stack to be able to do it. But nonetheless, Allen is the quarterback. Running back, we still have Reggie Bush. This is not a Chief. This is not just like Josh Allen, not a Chief, not a Cardinal. This is a 49er. He's just left over from the 49ers. But when you consider the abilities that we'll get into here in a minute, he still is the best running back value-wise for me. I want Alvin Kamara. Literally, that's the next guy. Over Rich Gannon, I want Alvin Kamara. That is going to be my next big card that I acquire. But nonetheless, can't do that right now. Kenyon Drake is our halfback number 2. Listen, I can't say, I don't know if anybody is a wrestling fan, and I don't even really know this guy that well, but the dude would always come to the ring and announce himself as Eli Drake, right? Every time I see Kenyon Drake, I have to say, Kenyon Drake. It just makes sense, right? He has taken the Raheem Mostert role in the trips tight end formation that we run. He is one of our slot receivers. That way I can audible down into a running formation. Power O, gun, not gun, but why am I losing my offense? Strong close, right? If I want to audible down into that from trips tight end, there you go. That's how we can do that, right? And then we have Clyde Edwards-Helaire as that HB number 3. All right, wide receivers. One of the main reasons that I wanted to run a Chiefs team in the first place is this guy right here, Tyreek Hill. He is that go deep. He is the deep threat. He is 97 speed out here. I don't have, obviously, him fully powered up to where he has 99 speed, which to do that, we would need 50 Chiefs, and then we would also need 30 sprinters. That would get him up to 99 speed, but we got him at 97 speed, so not too bad. I need a route runner as my main go-to mid-route running receiver. That is Stephon Diggs. He is playing that role. Chad Johnson would be a better option. Deion Sanders may even be a better option than that because of his speed, but nonetheless, I can't afford him. Stephon Diggs is doing well. I would love to see him get another card, though, to be quite honest with you, because I think Stephon Diggs is a phenomenal receiver. Marquise Brown, Andre Johnson, Dante Hall. These guys don't really see the field. Dante Hall, I do want to touch on him. He is the theme diamond, so this player here gets ×3 Chiefs chemistry. Whenever you are constructing your theme teams, you want to have that player, whatever player gets that ×3 chemistry on the team. That just goes without saying. It saves you so many chemistry points or so many roster slots that you don't have to waste on other areas, right? So that's our ×3 Chiefs chemistry right there. A holdover from our Niners and Ravens theme team is Kyle Juszczyk at the fullback. He did just get an upgrade, but there's no point in me getting him except for the overall purposes because the fullback never sees the field for me unless I go into strong close and then forget to sub out my running back for him. That happens quite often. Then we've got Anthony Sherman, Chiefs fullback, as the backup in that spot there. I think that's everything. That's covers the offense. Let's take a look at the abilities, right? So this is really where you want to get creative, right? You want to figure out what offense you run and what you need. So starting with Darren Waller, he has tight end apprentice on him, 4 additional hot routes when lined up at tight end. Stephon Diggs, I have route technician on him, quicker cuts while running routes. This helps to make up a little bit for his speed, right? So when he is running those routes, he's making quicker cuts. When those opposing cornerbacks are in man coverage, Stephon Diggs can beat them off the line. He can beat them while he makes his cuts a little quicker, and if I'm on time with the ball with Josh Allen, it should be a completion, right? We also have double me on him, so once he gets this activated, he is able to win aggressive catches versus single coverage. Josh Allen, we've got pocket deadeye and gunslinger. I had to put pocket deadeye on Josh Allen because when I didn't have him on there, he was making inaccurate passes, and unfortunately, he's still making inaccurate passes. So I don't really know what's up there. But Gunslinger, one of the best abilities in the game. Faster throwing animations and velocity on bullet passes. We also have Omaha. Basically, when this gets activated, you can see what the defense is running. It's a no-brainer to put that on your quarterback. Chris Samuels, and Orlando Brown, our two tackles, have edge protector, stronger pass protection versus elite edge rushers. That goes without saying there. Reggie Bush gets backfield master. The good thing with him being a receiving back is it's only one ability point. That's why I want Alvin Kamara, because Alvin Kamara has the receiving back archetype. Backfield master, which gives him more hot routes and improved catching from the backfield, is only one ability point on those receiving back archetype running backs. So that's why I want him in place of Reggie Bush, because and his attributes are better as well, right? Alex Mack, finally, natural talent. Begin the game with blocker resistance. So the way the pass rushing and pass blocking works, the offensive linemen build up resistance over time to certain defensive linemen's rushing moves. He begins the game with that blocker resistance, right? All right, that's the offense. Let's go ahead, take a look at the defense, and this is where we are nasty. And follow me here, because I've got safeties playing linebackers, linebackers playing D linemen playing corner. I don't have D linemen playing corner, thank God, but I got guys playing different positions all over. Let's start with the linebackers. My two outside guys, Derek Thomas and Ricky Jackson, they slide down on the D-line. They play the right and left end, respectively, in my nickel 3-3-5 as well as my nickel over G defense. Sam Mills, Patrick Queen, Devondre Campbell, Anthony Hitchens, they don't see the field at all. Now, Derek Thomas, Kansas City Chief. He is benefiting from those additional chemistries from the Chiefs players. Ricky Jackson, 49er, not benefiting at all, but still one of the better rush ends in the game. This guy, I don't have the coins to afford him, but I want to get Chandler Jones, and that's who I want to be my starting left end eventually, right? And then we got Devin Kennard. On a budget team, Devin Kennard having the power rushing archetype would not be a bad option to slide him down at the right end position. So just keep that in mind. He is not a 76 overall. He has an 88 overall team builder card, which would probably be getting up to about a 90 overall card, right? So on a budget, this would not be a bad card to get if you want to run a Cardinals theme team and you don't have the coins to go for a Derek Thomas or a Ricky Jackson, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's come down to the D-line now. So Aaron Donald, he's not a 49er. I'm still saying 49ers. He's not a Chief. He is not a Cardinal. He's a Ram, right? He slides down to play D tackle. I'll get into that here in a second when we talk about the abilities. Leroy Glover. So let me touch on Sam Mills, who has Cardinals chemistry, right? He's neither one. Sam Mills being the Mutt Master, you can put any team chemistry on him at all. Same thing with Leroy Glover. You can put any chemistry on Leroy Glover. Now, with Leroy Glover, you can actually power him up using the team captain tokens. I don't know why I clicked on that. I meant to click square so I could then go to upgrade so I could show you what I'm about to talk about. When you put the team captain tokens into his power up, you can see it unlocks more Cardinals chemistries, right? So I get ×4 Cardinals chemistry with Leroy Glover, similar to what we were talking about with Dante Hall. That just leaves more positions open for you to put other players in that are going to make impact plays, if that makes any sense. D Ford, Chris Jones, Alex Okafor, Corey Peters, Derek Nandi, Calais Campbell, they don't see the field. They just are allowing me to get additional Cardinals and Chiefs players to go towards those chemistries, right? I hope that makes sense. Now, Calais Campbell would be a fine option if... I will say this. Aaron Donald has 92 finesse move and 91 power move without having any chemistries whatsoever, or it might be that reverse. So he's meeting a threshold over 90 right there, to whereas Calais Campbell doesn't necessarily get to that, right? So that's why Calais Campbell is not starting. I would need to purchase his 92 overall card to be able to get it up that high, and he's falling a little bit short in the finesse move department. Okay, hope that clears that up. Aaron Donald slides in to play D-tackle. Derek Thomas slides down. Ricky Jackson slides down to play right and left end, respectively. All right, those are the guys that are seeing the field. Now, let's talk about the secondary, right? This is where things get interesting. So, at the cornerback position, we've got Darrelle Revis, Kansas City Chief, Antonio Cromartie, Arizona Cardinal, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, Arizona Cardinal, Pat Pete, Arizona Cardinal, L'Jarius Sneed, Kansas City Chief, Isaiah Simmons, Arizona Cardinal, Kendall Fuller, Kansas City Chief. These cards right here that I just mentioned are the single reason that I wanted to run a Cardinals and a Chiefs theme team. Well, I guess Tyreek Hill thrown in there as well, but these cards right here were the overwhelmingly main reason as to why I wanted to run this theme team. because of the +1 speed that you get for having 25 Chiefs and 25 Cardinals. Okay, where do they play? Well, Darrelle Revis and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie play on the outside. They play those corners. Antonio Cromartie, he plays the slot corner. Patrick Peterson plays my strong safety. And then L'Jarius Sneed plays my free safety, right? So, Darrelle Revis, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie on the outside. Slot corner, Antonio Cromartie. Pat Pete, L'Jarius Sneed play the strong and free safety, respectively, right? I believe I said that correctly. Pat Pete is the strong safety. L'Jarius Sneed is the free safety. Or it might be flipped, right? One of them's the strong, one of them's the free. Who cares which one is which? So that has the secondary covered. Now, Isaiah Simmons slides down to play middle linebacker. Kendall Fuller slides down to play right outside linebacker. And then Taylor Mays, we're going to come over to specialist, is still on the team. But because of chemistry purposes, for me to have enough Chiefs and enough Cardinals, Taylor Mays is at the sub-linebacker spot number 2. Now, let me touch on this real quick. So, you can see the slashes through his chemistries. This does not mean he does not get those chemistries. He just doesn't add to those chemistries, right? So when he's on the field, he's still getting sprinter. His ability's still activated. He's still benefiting from the lockdown coverage. He's just not adding to it. So as long as you have enough players to add to those chemistries to get you to those thresholds, it doesn't matter Taylor Mays. You just want to put him in at sub-linebacker 2. That way I can get him to play my left outside linebacker spot. I hope that makes sense, right? So just to recap, Darrelle Revis, Cromartie, corners. Pat Pete, free safety. L'Jarius Sneed, strong safety. Isaiah Simmons, middle linebacker. Kendall Fuller, right outside linebacker. Taylor Mays, left outside linebacker. Derek Thomas, Ricky Jackson, right and left end respectively. Aaron Donald, defensive tackle. I think I covered everything, right? Kendall Fuller, he is a Kansas City Chief. He's a Washington football teamer, but he has Chiefs chemistry. Budda Baker, another solid option, has the run support archetype, right? Which is cool because it actually makes the flat zone KO a one ability point ability, so not too bad. I don't know if that's being adjusted. I don't think it is. Kendall Fuller having the hybrid archetype. If I was to put flat zone KO on him, which keep in mind when they're at linebacker, they're being put in hard flats a lot, right? Or at least I do. So a one ability point ability is pretty good on that, right? The hybrid archetypes, it's a 2 ability point ability, so it kind of sucks there, right? But Isaiah Simmons, the middle linebacker, this dude, one of the reasons this card came out was one of the reasons I wanted to switch over to Cardinals as well. I needed him as a user. Taylor Mays starting to slip a little bit in the speed department. Isaiah Simmons definitely makes up for that. I want to show you this card. This is one of the ones we're just going to actually kind of take a look, hone in on. Let's look at his attributes. 97 speed, 96 acceleration, 94 man, 99 zone, 95 hit power, 6'4", at the user spot. 89 change of direction. That could be better. That could be better. Kendall Fuller has like a 92 change of direction, so another solid option for a user there. But nonetheless, that is the defense. Now, what abilities are we using on this defense? So, let's go through this and try to follow me here. Isaiah Simmons, I have Acrobat on him, diving swats and interceptions. I also have Reinforcement. When this gets activated, I have a higher chance to defeat run blocks and disrupt catches. So he's doing multiple things there, right? Darrelle Revis has Acrobat as well, and I also have Universal Coverage on him, which allows for improved coverage and catch knockouts in man and zone. And then I have Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, who also has Acrobat, once again, diving swats and interceptions. Now, Taylor Mays has flat zone KO, playing the left outside linebacker. When I put him in those flat zones, he's going to have improved reactions and catch knockouts. It's only a 1 ability point ability because he has the run support archetype. Acrobats, 1 ability point ability right there. Because I have all these abilities on the field, I needed to make a decision with Ricky Jackson and Darren Thomas. I did want to have one edge threat on my team. That is Derek Thomas. As an edge threat, he gets dominant pass rush moves from the edge. I also have Unstoppable Force on him, so when he's in the zone, pass rush wins lead to quicker block shedding. Now, Ricky Jackson on the opposite side has double or nothing, so this is a good ability as well. It's only 1 ability point. I believe it's going to get upgraded to 2 ability points, unfortunately, but this does grant dominant pass rush wins at twice the cost. Most likely, that's going to be cut once that ends up increasing, right? And then finally, Aaron Donald has inside stuff. So Him being a right end and the power rusher archetype is only a 2 ability point ability on the ends. If I put inside stuff on a D tackle, regardless of the archetype, it is a 3 ability point ability. So I'm saving on 1 ability point by using this on an end and sliding him to play D tackle, which Aaron Donald can most definitely play D tackle. So quicker run sheds against inside zone plays. So that's the defense. Now quickly, let's touch on special teams. Then we'll get into the specialists, and then we'll get into the chemistries. Andy Lee, punter for the Cardinals. Harrison Butker, kicker for the Chiefs. That is my punter and kicker, respectively. Alex Mack, the long snapper. Kickoff specialist is Harrison Butker. Then my kick returner and punt returner is Marquise Brown. Specialists. So this will kind of show you what I've already talked about a little bit. Third down running back is Reggie Bush. Power running back is Kenyon Drake. Slot wide receiver is Stephon Diggs. At the linebackers, sub-linebacker, once again, middle linebacker, Isaiah Simmons. Left outside linebacker, Taylor Mays. At the left end and right end position, once again, Ricky Jackson and Derek Thomas. And then we have Leroy Glover and Aaron Donald. Now, this is the rush D tackle. So when I'm in 3-3-5, Aaron Donald's on the field. When I'm in nickel over G, Aaron Donald and Leroy Glover are both on the field at the D tackle position. I hope that makes sense. And then the slot cornerback, once again, we have Antonio Cromartie. Team strategy, head coach is Andy Reid. We've got the Cardinals light uniforms, so the away uniforms there. Chiefs home uniforms, because we play at the Chiefs Stadium. I'm a sucker for uniformity, right? I want my home uniforms to match up with the home stadium, and who cares what away uniforms we end up running. I do have the Cardinals away uniforms. Not a big fan of the Cardinals uniforms, if I'm honest. I could go to team visuals and sub that out, but I haven't done that right now. There's the visuals. Head coach, joke. It's been a mainstay since day one. Okay, what chemistries do we have? Well, we have Tier 10 play fake. What does Tier 10 play fake do? Gives us +4 at everything you see on the screen. Pass block finesse, medium route running, throw on the run, play action, catching, throw power, pass blocking, short route running, medium accuracy, and then +2 in awareness and stamina. Big plays right there, getting Tier 10 play fake on your team, right? Tier 10 lockdown. What does this do? Well, +4 catching, +5 zone, +4 press, +4 tackle, +4 play rec, +5 man, +2 awareness, and +2 stamina. A lot of big upgrades with that right there. As you can see, Tier 5, 25 Cardinals, 25 Chiefs. This allows us to get that, once we get to 25, that additional +1 speed, which is really good for a lot of theme teams, for a lot of players in general, right? But then as you can see, we also have +1 to the other attributes on there from tiers 1 through 5, right? Sprinter, we have 15 sprinters. This allows me to get an additional +1 speed plus +1 acceleration for those who have sprinter equipped, right? This does come at a cost of -1 strength and -1 agility, so you'll notice I do not have this on any of my O linemen, none of my D linemen, none of my linebackers. These are all reserved for my wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, cornerbacks, and that's it, right? That's everything. Safeties, right? And then everything else, nothing really matters going on down there, right? We don't have anything else of note. So that is the team. 22 minutes, 23 minutes roughly. Not too bad. That's about average of what I do when I go over these teams. I try to be thorough. I try to tell you why players are at certain positions, as we just sold something else, so you always like to see that. Try to tell you why players are at certain positions, why I put and why I do some of the things I do. Most of it comes down to ability points and players just playing differently, right? Linebackers don't animate. When I go to make an interception, if I have a safety playing linebacker, they are going to get those jumping animations to where, for some reason, linebackers, if they're programmed as a linebacker, they are not programmed to make the kind of plays that a safety would be going down into a linebacker, right? So Isaiah Simmons having 95 hit power, even though guys don't force fumbles now, I'm not really losing a lot with him at linebacker. Plus, he's 6'4", right? So not only does he jump, but he's also tall. So he's going to make a lot of plays for you. That's why I do some of the things there. And then just when it comes to the ability points, you need to know how to sacrifice, or you need to know how to not have to sacrifice some ability points when you could get one player with a certain archetype to get a lower ability point, and then you can put other abilities on other players. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I was able to be as understandable as I possibly could. I hope you were able to understand me as I possibly could, as you possibly could. If you weren't, if I was not clear on something, If you have a question, a comment related to the video, or if you just want to say what's up, man, leave that in the comment section down below. I love interacting with each and every one of you down there. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more content, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. Just want to say thank you for all of this support on the channel. It means the absolute world to me, each and every one of you who stop by, watch the video, whether you watch it regularly or whether you just come by to check it out every now and then. I love each and every one of you, and I would not be here with the success that the channel is having if it was not for you. So I just want to say thank you. I'm ImJslay. I'm signing out today. I'll catch you all on my next video.